So last week, a friend of mine is staying the night, and you probably remember him. He did a couple of night chats. Dome, J Dome, and he went to the store because he wanted to buy some bread so I could make some French toast. And as soon as he left, like within 5 minutes, I go, "Here we go." Who is it? And there's a woman's voice. I said, "Hang on, I gotta put my because I'm thinning in the front. I have to wear my handkerchief now. My little Pirates of the Caribbean thing. And I'm putting it on, and she just walks in. She opens the door and walks in, and I'm like, wow. But then she looked familiar, and I said, I've seen her somewhere, and she looked a lot like an old friend of mine that I hadn't seen in 20 years. Someone that lived across the street back in 1990 to 1995. Well, she said she's a T.I., and she saw me on YouTube, and she wanted to talk, and that she found me through the YouTube, through the hints. And I just didn't buy it. I thought it was a little suspicious. Well, anyways, I went out with her and we talked on my aunt's front patio. And she seemed sincere. She seemed legit. But I don't trust anybody. Anybody fully. Except for God. God's the only one I can trust fully. He's the only one that won't let you down. Anyways, a day goes by. We talk again. We get to know each other. We start becoming friends. I start telling her I'll add you to my safety net. Blah blah blah. And then one day she's tired, and I wanted her to come over, but she said she's in her robe, and she's pajamas. She's getting ready to go to bed, and she's just lazy mood. And I was in a lazy mood that day, and I had something I really wanted to tell her that was really important to me to tell her. So I just kept begging her to come over, and she just said she would. And then she said she would. And we hung up, and then she texts me 20 minutes later and says, "You know what? I'm not going to make it tonight. I hope you can understand." And I'll be honest, I was pissed. I was like, wow. Because I talked you into it. You said you're coming over. And when you say something, you keep your word, even if you were sold. Yeah, I sold her. I wanted her to come over, so I did beg and beg and beg. So she canceled me. But you know what? I was upset. Next day, I said, "You know what? I'm going to let it ride. But I already know this is already not going good. This is messed up." Because usually when someone lies to you, you can't trust them. You keep your word. No matter what you do, you always keep your word. So the next day, she texts me and goes, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. So I text her back, and then she doesn't answer. So I text her back 5 hours later, what time are you coming over? Because she was going to come over. And she goes, what did she say? She goes, "I don't need you checking up on me, blah, 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 blah. I didn't make friends with you for a love affair, for you to check up on me," and just totally turned on me. And I was like, wow, you come to my door uninvited. I even give you the trust, which I shouldn't have done. I hate myself for it now. If she's real, I'm there because I don't want no one to be a target. If she's real is the key word. I personally don't think she's legit. I could be wrong, but that's just my personal experience. When someone lies to you and they start, you know what happened today? She was accusing me of all these things. She said I hang around all morning. I don't go anywhere, which I'm always gone in the morning. I'm helping people with free rides. I give them free rides all over the place. I pay the gas all the time. I'm not even going to go into it because these are people that are Christians and they need help, and I don't mind helping them. And my friends know me really well. They know one thing about me is I don't lie, and when I say something, I mean it. And then she accused me of so many things, of not caring about her, being fake, being insincere, just so many things. I don't know. And the reason I'm sharing this is because it could be a psyop. I mean, who knows where this is going to go. She could try to frame me. I don't know her very well. I was just moved by her story. I felt really horrible when she told me her story because I have a lot of compassion, but she said I had no compassion. She called me a liar. She called me lazy. She said everything about me that wasn't true after I trusted her and allowed her into my home. So the reason I'm making this is I want all people out there to be very, very, very careful, because the Illuminati they're trying to infiltrate people. You gotta be very careful. I'm very dangerous legally. Okay, I don't break the law, but I have a lot of evidence from police and military breaking the law with me, violating me, attempted murder, stalking, they drugged me, identity theft, hacking in my phone, hacking in my computer, stalking me, attempted murder, to stalking me on the streets, and you want to go even further, physical proof of major harm they're committing on everybody, and physical proof for the first time in history of an alien invasion. And you're probably thinking, well, why don't you put it out there? Well, I don't have to. I got a feeling God's going to supernaturally remove their face. This time next year, we'll see where we're at. I got this feeling. That's all I'm going to say.